When time began, there was little in the way of existence, a primal sea which sat empty in a void of darkness. From that darkness, creation, Omitotl, the origin of the gods, birthed four children. Jipe Toltec, the flayed one, a god that would become known for the changing of seasons and the fertility of the harvest. Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent, bastion of the wind and sky. Huitzilopochtli, the hummingbird of the south, a deity of war and violence, honored by the sun. And lastly, the shadowy god of the smoking mirror, Tezcatlipoca, the god of the night and the magics that fall under it. Alongside his three siblings, Tezcatlipoca would do incredible things. But how powerful is he? Let us begin with perhaps the greatest of accomplishments of Tezcatlipoca, the slaying of Xiuhpochtli. Xiuhpochtli was the embodiment of those primal waters that stirred in the darkness of creation, a looming beast which devoured all that touched the surface of its domain, its many maws ripping free and eating anything the four deities attempted to make, and then some. Tiring of their attempted creations being destroyed before even existing, the four gods reached down, prepared to hunt the beast. One of them would have to be the bait to draw it from the depths, and that fell upon Tezcatlipoca. Dipping his toe into the primordial sea, the god's foot was quickly drawn into the creature's mouth, one of the dozens that covered every joint of its body, and he yanked it free from the depths where he and Quetzalcoatl worked together to tear it asunder alongside their siblings. From the two halves, the gods would go on to forge the earth and sky, and its massive body was used, but still it would hunger. This feat has several ranges of power, the first being planetary, for killing the beast and making the planet out of its body. And that is the safe place to scale this feat, but not the only one, as creating the sky may reach up to the solar system level, akin to creating a celestial sphere, in the vein of the classical interpretation as such, which would encompass our solar system. Now, this solar system feat has its own backing, as it's followed by the story of the five suns. Tezcatlipoca takes a turn replacing the proto-sun, and while he can create the light necessary to illuminate the earth, his wounds and his nature as a god of darkness prevent him from fully manifesting as the sun completely, and this eventually leads to him being cast down from the position of sun-bearer, to which he becomes the jaguar, a constellation that dips beneath the horizon as he was cast by Quetzalcoatl, the constellation we now know today as Ursa Major. In terms of durability, he directly scales to his attack potency, surviving the attack from Xiuhpochtli, being able to contend with his siblings, and manifesting the nature of the sun mostly, all grant in that planetary to solar system range of power, even up to the maximum of universal scaling if you really think so, but I tend not to. In terms of speed, Tezcatlipoca existed in a world without calendars and time, granting immeasurable speeds, as he could move in a place where time did not exist. However, taking that as divine nature alone allowing for such movements, he would still scale to the hypersonic ranges of speed at the lowest, based on the attribution of himself to the Ursa Major constellation, as it travels across the distance of the sky. Now, taking into account that he descended from the night sky as the jaguar, from the point of the constellation, he would have massively faster than light speeds, considering the stars that compose the constellation are several light years away from the Earth, and he was able to reach the Earth in meaningful time. Tezcatlipoca has several abilities that do not tie directly into his attack potency, or durability or speed. First, of course, is his shape-changing, as he can assume the form of the celestial jaguar and descend to the Earth to devour the men of the age. He can also take on the form of a weary traveler to, shall we say, distract and mislead the people of the world. Then there is the association with the obsidian mirrors, granting him divination and knowledge of the world. And then there's the ability to move in the hollows of the world as the night wind, leading to faint, omnipresent notions among some of his followers. So, how strong is Tezcatlipoca? I would place him somewhere in the planetary to solar system levels of power, from his matching of Xiuhpochtli to his competitions with his siblings, with massively faster than light speeds, and the kind of constant ability to shift between his jaguar, the form of the night wind, and his divine form, giving a interesting dynamic to any battle. Look within the shadows around you and listen to the night wind, as it soon comes alive with the sound of a low rumble. A stirring comes forth, and a glimmer glints in the corner of your eye. Beneath the moonlight, you see it. a jaguar bearing an obsidian mirror, Tezcatlipoca.